Hello, we're answering questions on health and medical problems. I'm joined by Dr. Rosemary Leonard. Hello.
Hello.
We've got quite a common question here, I think, but one that people do get very anxious about. From a mum who's 2 months pregnant with her second child. She's got a 3-year-old son and her little boy's just caught chickenpox. So she's saying, I'm worried about catching it from him because she's never had it herself. Would her unborn baby be at risk?
At this stage in the pregnancy, the answer is yes, it could be. And she needs to go and get checked out straight away whether or not she's had chickenpox and whether she is immune to it. And that means having a blood test. And normally you can get these tests done very rapidly under this sort of circumstance. Find out if she's got antibodies to the virus that causes chickenpox. And if she is still susceptible to it, if she hasn't got antibodies, she can actually be given a jab that would help protect her and stop her catching chickenpox from her son.
Can she have that jab even though she's pregnant?
Yes, it's ready-made antibodies. It's ready-made antibodies which are protective and protective against chickenpox, so she could have that. And then once she's had the baby, what she could then have, particularly if she plans to have any more children, is have a vaccination against chickenpox.
Yeah.
But it's quite surprising, in fact. A lot of people don't think they've had chickenpox, and they actually have. They have had it. So, and what I try and do with all my mums is say to them, keep a record of your children's illnesses, keep it in a safe place, and when they're older, give it to them, because you never know when they're going to come up with a question like this. Have I had German measles? Have I had chickenpox? Have I had...
Because we all think we'll remember, don't we? Or that our mum will remember, or our dad will remember.
Yeah, and quite often, if you're a mum and you've had 3 children, and then when they're in their 20s, they say, by the way, did I have this? You know, they think, God. So it's actually one of the kindest things I think you can do for your children is actually keep a very good health record of the diseases they've had.
And if you are planning a pregnancy, you can actually check out your immunity beforehand, can't you? And then, as you say, have the vaccination.
Yes, you can do. But if you have the vaccination, like the vaccination for German measles, you need to wait a couple of months before you get pregnant, but very much better safe than sorry.
But it's interesting to hear you say that if you are pregnant and you don't have the antibodies, then you get a separate vaccination just of antibodies.
It's an antibody injection, yes.
Because we really ought to say that chickenpox is at risk to a woman in the early stages of pregnancy.
Yes, it's up until about the 20th week of pregnancy that chickenpox can be dangerous. Not always. It's not universal. It's not nearly as dangerous as, say, German measles. If it was, then I think we'd have a routine vaccination campaign for it in this country. It's not always dangerous, but occasionally it can be, so it is important to know.
And none of us want to take the risk.
No, absolutely. And she'd worry all the way through her pregnancy, so she needs to get it sorted out.
Thank you, Rosemary, for answering that question. If you have a similar problem, we hope we might have given you some help, but remember, it's always best to go and see your own doctor for medical advice. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back with more health questions and answers.